So I just wanted to make a new video showing how I replace skies. This is not a perfect thing. I call it the quick and dirty method because it may not be, like I said, it may not be super perfect, but it gets the job done and it's certainly good enough for your MLS. So the first thing I'm going to do is use the quick selection tool, and I'm just going to select as much sky as I can. So I'm just going to click in a few spots, a few of the major spots. And I use the brackets to change the size of my brush a little bit. Alright, and then up here, hit select and mask. And you can see all the areas where we missed. Now you want to use the refine edge brush tool. And we're just going to paint over all these leaves and branches. It may look a little hairy while you're doing it, but it will clean up as soon as you let off the mouse. There, see how it did that? And there's some spots over here that we missed. And that one, let's zoom in over here. So this, if we go over with the refine brush tool, it's not going to get that. So for this one, we got to use the actual brush. And you got to hold down Option. And the beauty of sky replacements is you don't have to be like ultra perfect, I don't think, because nobody's going to zoom in and look at, the chimney over here and say, oh gosh, it's wrong. Okay, and there's some more stuff over there we miss. So I'm going to get that refine brush tool. Go over these leaves. I'm having a hard time with this, the top of this building. So I'm holding down Option when I do this. If you don't, then it will take away the mask instead of put it on. So I'm going to go back to refine, see if it'll help a little bit. And that we've given it something to look at. That's much better. And we got some haziness over here. Remember how I said if you leave it off, or if you don't touch Option, it'll do the opposite? So that's what we want to do right here. Go back to the refine brush tool. What we don't want is to leave any of those hard edges, because, like I said, the sky will be pretty forgiving. Alright, I think we've selected everything pretty well. There's a little bright green over here. That lets me know that we missed a spot. Okay. Every time I paint in something, I want to go back with the refine brush tool and just kind of go over the edges a little bit to make sure it's perfect. Okay, now most skies are not, or most pictures are not going to have such complicated trees. Usually there's just, a little bit of a tree here or there. But you can see we could sit here and play with this all day long, but I just want to get ahead and show you how I do it. So at this point I'm going to hit OK. Make sure I have the move tool selected. I'm going to inverse by holding on a Mac, it's Command Shift I. So now everything but the sky is selected. Now I'm going to copy, Command C, and paste, Command V. Now that we've copied and pasted the layer, if we look over here in the layers, I'll uncheck the background. Now we have everything. But we missed a little bit of sky here. And so we could go back. We could undo until we get back to that point where we were doing the quick selection. But for the sake of the recording, I'm just going to drive forward. So I'm going to select the background so that when I place my sky, it'll be behind the layer. I'm going to go to place embedded. And on my desktop, I have the cool sky. It's a nice blue sky with clouds. I'm going to drop that in. Resize if you need to. Pull that up where we want. Now we got some cool clouds in there. And that looks pretty good. At this point, I could save and go back into Lightroom and tweak it some more. Or you could flatten it if you feel like flattening to save a little bit of space. But other than that, I think it's good to go.